Mothership.
Kurt Russell wouldn't stand for this shit.
Who?
The guy from The Thing who
invented
loses a
motherships.
chess match to a computer and immediately pours his scotch on it and calls it a cheating bitch.
Oh.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Uh,
I take your word for it.
Scotch might be a short supply out here in space, but you'll find something.
But
Well,
me,
they were in Antarctica. And
That's some dedication, though.
the
You know
Thing
what the frick he's talking about?
It's a
was-
premium resource.
No, I know who Kurt Russell is, but not from that movie.
John Carpenter's The Thing was certainly one of the many inspirations for this game.
yes.
Oh yeah, it's just
I'm sure there's a module that's just that.
Oh yeah, almost certainly. So speaking of modules and the one we are in, you guys did a lot of downtime last time. You
Yes.
sold some things, you bought some things, you had brain surgery performed, you went to therapy. I'm not sure which one was more dangerous. You Duncan became proficient in every skill in
Yes.
the game, but is
I've
now
downloaded
completely
Wikipedia.
insane.
I'm an absolute superhero.
Yeah, what's your sanity rating now? 2? 3?
Two.
2% chance of staying sane in any given
I
situation.
thought it was like minus 100.
It was a
Oh,
1
right,
to 100.
because then you went to therapy for 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing exactly. Fully insane character, just barely brought back from the brink. After
Maybe I-
witnessing the entirety of the universe.
Maybe I should have bought that therapist.
Probably would have been a good idea.
I'm sad I didn't get that. I didn't have any sanity to begin with.
Yeah. So,
I got a crowbar though, and that's
It's true.
It's working out. For
you
me.
guys gotta fight over these artifacts more. I feel like Duncan keeps on picking up all of them. Which is not a problem, but you know, if
Unless-
you make one player the mule character, they're gonna get all the goodies.
Yes.
Unless it's very obviously used for violence, I'm not interested.
That's very fair. Very fair as well. Perhaps there was no other player that would have gotten brain surgery done to have a chip put in their head, that would be fair.
Bessie would have done it. If,
I will
Yes.
be on high alert for more brain implants as we go on.
Bessie
Why?
would just be
That
like,
worked out
"I
very
don't know,
well
here,
for
go
me.
it."
yes. Who cares about needing a port? Just stick that right in there.
Yeah, exactly.
What could you possibly gain from any other ones? You already have everything.
I'm sure there's something.
But you could learn how to fly.
What?
Bet you could learn how to fly. That'd be pretty cool.
It's true.
She knows how to fly. She got piloted.
Yeah, but like, stick a jetpack in the
Are you
back of
asking
your head.
what others?
She knows how to use the jetpack. She's like, sorry. I think
Yeah,
that's
like-
zero
She
G
knows
and
how to
piloting.
everything.
I just don't.
Yeah, but like you could get an actual jetpack implanted in your head. Like,
Yeah.
learn to
In
fly
your head.
as a bird knows how to fly, not like how a pilot knows how to fly.
Does a bird know how to fly because it has a jetpack in its head?
Yes.
Some of them do.
Yeah. Birds aren't real. They all
Space
have jetpacks,
birds.
yeah.
It's like little rocket lifts.
So after all the downtime, where you all had various things done to you, and you did various things, you returned to the deep. Did I have you all roll extra bends when you returned to the deep? I'm sure I did.
Probably.
What
I
was your
believe
bend?
so.
Mine is at 9.
Yeah, mine
So
went
that
from
was
20 to 21.
Mine's
so
at 7.
19.
Makes sense. Yeah. So
After
if you're not
spending a lot of money getting rid of bends,
Yes.
I only picked up one this time.
We were
Yeah,
away
yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, you spent several months away. Upon returning, though, things were back to usual very rapidly. The lady android you rescued previously, nowhere to be found. Her and her suit and the shotgun you left her with, completely gone.
Surely we'll never see her again.
Indeed. You explored some of the nearby rooms and found some massive, what appear to be cargo androids. They are like, I think I described them as like 30 feet tall. I'm trying to look at the
Yeah.
exact height, but something like that.
Real big.
Yeah, they were huge.
Huge things with like hook hands. They didn't actually have hands. They had like
Cargo.
bony hooks that would reach out so they could like hook into things and pick them up. You locked them in their room and they were starting to tear open the door.
I shot 2 eyes out of one of them.
You did, yeah. One of them was
Okay.
real hurt. And you all retreated into the control room, a place you haven't been since near the start of this adventure.
I haven't been here.
And it's pretty much exactly as you left it off. Yeah, you have not been here.
I don't think any of us has been in here. That was sort of the point before. We didn't know that the door was even
Yes,
locked.
I don't
That's
think
true.
we've
You
been
went
here.
down to this floor, but not to here. Yeah. So, what you described in the room then, it's a whole bunch of security terminals with CCTV feeds on them. A lot of the terminals are smashed up, like people have just taken a fire axe to them or shot them. But some of them are still functional. You can see most of the cameras on the floor, it seems.
Yes.
So, what do?
look for the closest thing that we haven't looked in before.
I'll try to find where we are on here. So
think
this is
we're
the
in that
control
area.
room.
I think we might metagame out all the places our characters technically hadn't gone
Yeah,
to
there's
save time.
Cheater.
So on this floor, I'm trying to look and see if there's like doors that you would have mentioned that I don't think we've
So
gone
there's
down.
the control room.
Yeah, there's a control room connected to the loading dock. There's a manual comms room connected to the control room.
Yep.
A maintenance room connected to the manual comms room.
That's right.
There's a corridor between control room and break room, and I have toilets frowny face on
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Break room connects to the electrical loading room.
Why
maybe?
are the toilets so sad?
I don't know. There's vents that connect the landing room to the acid vats. The
Yeah,
acid
we
vats
could
lead to
go-
the circuit walls, control room, maintenance, webs,
Yeah.
hive.
Do
So I
a
think-
scan.
I
See
don't-
if we're alone.
There was in the
besides
vents.
those two
They
things.
went to a big corridor that had like
Everybody
a laser that
has a
goes through it
bioscan, you
sometimes.
don't?
I bet we have to go through there to find the hidden floor.
No, I think I
There
only have
is
the
something
other
there.
scanner.
Yes.
There's
There's also a maintenance door leading out of this room, which I don't think you've gone
out
down
of
yet.
the
Out of the
control room.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
on the other side of it?
When you open it up,
Because it sounds like something we would have gone in.
Oh, I don't even have
It
the med
has been,
scanner
um,
anymore. I gave that away.
it is not super
I don't. Or no, I sold it.
super obvious when you enter here, but there is like a door that you can go up to and you see a handle on the wall, you can pull it and like the door recesses into the wall and slides to the side. Not like it's hidden, but just kind of it's tucked out of the way. It's a maintenance
I
thing. You're
don't
not supposed
remember.
to
It
look
made
at
sense
door.
at the time.
That door has a hallway beyond it that is all painted in like black and yellow warning stripes all the way down, and then leads to it's like a catwalk that leads out to another security door.
I'd like to bioscan and see if there's anything around us we should be aware of.
Your bioscan is not technical.
Neat.
Jordan, were you just describing the room you said was attached to the control room? Is that where the little catwalk leads, or is that someplace else?
So the control room has the door that goes to the loading dock,
Yes.
the door that leads to a corridor to the break room,
Yes.
a door that leads to the manual comms room,
Yes.
and then this fourth door that leads to
Okay.
whatever this room is with the catwalk and the warning signs.
Well, we should probably ignore the warning signs.
Well, yeah,
Probably.
duh.
That's what you guys usually do.
What
well,
did the
so-
signs
so-
warn of?
Why did we come back here? I
well,
assume
we-
we have a reason.
Well, we never came here, so.
Well, no, but I mean, why did we come back to this entire facility?
The warning
That's the-
signs have like the usual like triangle symbol with like a laser going through it, like it's a laser warning. Like,
Yeah.
no words, just this is a laser room.
That is a very good question why we came back here, because I think at least one person had enough money to retire last time. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
lure of adventure was too strong.
I'm here to kill.
Okay.
Like, how much money do we think we might need to bribe our way out?
Ooh, several million.
Yeah.
I actually think technically you haven't really contacted them,
Yeah.
but several million like minimum you'd think. But
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? You could try to reach out to them and see. But
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the 100-something thousand I have right now is gonna do it. Just wondering ballpark, because
Yeah.
I
I'd
could
forgotten.
easily retire. I just don't have a brain anymore. So
Right. Your brain is the universe now.
Mm-hmm.
You
yeah,
have become
so-
one with Monarch.
Yeah,
Fun
read-
shit, take
So
shit, make
we
money.
need money to not be here anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I also think you guys haven't really looked in the toilets room at the frowny face,
Okay.
or yeah, there's places you haven't really investigated too thoroughly.
well, let's go investigate the sad toilets.
Yeah, let's investigate the sad toilets.
Okay. You go down the break room and into the sad toilets, where nothing finds you.
Yay!
In space.
They're the happy toilets.
Yes, the happy toilets now.
How often do we bump into security androids that just don't give a fuck because we're allied with evil now?
Good question. At least none at the moment. So this room has 8 closed stalls. 1 to 4 are smashed to pieces. Number 5 is still intact and the door is just closed. Numbers 6 and 7 are also closed, and then number 8 is just completely destroyed. It looks like a grenade went off in there or something. Like it's just rubble strewn out on the floor from inside there, like scorch marks on the floor. But that one's the farthest down. You'd have to go down to the end of the hall and like look directly into it to see what's in there. There's a mirror on the wall, and it is cracked from a single impact point. It looks like somebody's head was shoved against it, and it shattered out from there.
So somebody rocketed themselves out of the stall. And
Probably. that is the puzzle coming together. Yes.
Must have been an intense chili cook-off.
It looks like somebody took a finger and blood and wrote on the mirror, "Who am I?" over and over and over again across the mirror, and then
Poor
also
Jimmy.
one little "Who are you?" at the bottom.
Because he was looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Is this the mirror
The
we
chilies were
looked
so
behind
hot,
and
his
found
mind just
stuff?
erased.
No, that one was behind the locker room, I think, also on this floor.
I'd like
I
to,
think.
on a whim, I'll smash the mirror up and see if there's anything behind it with my crowbar.
Okay, fair enough. You do smash the mirror up and just try to pry some pieces off the wall, and you just see brick wall behind it.
Surely this will have no impact on 7 years of fortune or not.
Why the hell is there brick walls in space?
Very good
It
question.
is funny that the rest of this place is like all metal corridors, and there's just a random red brick wall behind this mirror.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Break the brick wall.
I'm gonna start kicking open each stall and just pointing a gun in there.
Okay. So do you start from just the nearest side?
Yep.
Just going door to door? Okay. So you go through,
You're screaming at each one as you
And,
kick it down.
the very first one you kick open has, the toilet seat is down and there's just a backpack sitting on it. And it looks like somebody did try to lock this door and seal it, but you just kicked it open. Like it's not like somebody locked it enough that somebody coming through would like rattle the door and find it closed, but since you kicked it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But there's some kind of backpack there.
Neat. I immediately steal it.
Alright, you immediately grab the backpack. It does not trapped, it appears, because you pick it up and you do not die.
Go
Or
Dippy.
come to any other harm.
Was there any hesitation?
No.
Oh, okay.
Now Dickie's not a coward anymore.
No, now Dickie is an idiot.
I guess I should clarify as well based on the size. It should be probably more like a gym bag size.
What's there now? We got an idiot and an
unzip it.
insane person.
And there is a pulse rifle in it with 2 mags.
Goodness.
Neat.
3 stim packs.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's emergency supplies were here.
I like to think somebody was choosing between this stall and the other one, and they chose the wrong stall.
Probably. Go for it. I assume you keep kicking it down doors while you pick that up though?
No, I think I'm going to spend a lot of time lovingly caressing my new gun
Yeah, okay.
and forget what I was doing.
Disassemble it, put it back together, like check every
You
ankle
need
of it.
some alone time there, Dickie.
I don't want to be alone. I want to be with something I want to kill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're all out of Bessies.
Yeah.
For now.
But if you're
For now,
so
yeah.
you want to be with something you want to kill,
do we
isn't that going to lead to you being
Want to go
alone?
back to the labyrinth and see if we can find the hard
It's
drive?
about the journey.
The drive.
Right,
No.
Okay.
Want to go
I
back
can hear
there?
their voices.
Okay.
Can
I mean,
I
technically
mag
it
loop
was
to the
Bessie's
ceiling
mission.
to,
Unless we
to
have a
look
way to get
over
out.
the stalls to see if there's anything on the toilets?
Good solution. Yeah, I think you absolutely can. So you look through the remaining doors that are still intact. Appear to be extremely normal toilets inside. They are in perfect condition. The toilets are miraculously intact, and they appear to be pretty well cleaned, as if they're some of the few toilets on this floor that somebody is still doing maintenance to.
You
And
solved
then-
the puzzle by taking a fat shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We've just been going in random corners as we
Just
The,
mention that it doesn't
progress.
look like there's anything more resting like on the outside of the
Yeah,
toilets.
and then there's the one that got exploded, which you have a good advantage of from being on the ceiling.
We don't really pay attention to the range a lot when we're in combat, but I want you to know that the SMG has the exact same range as the pulse rifle and laser cutter, which is long.
Makes sense.
They are guns.
We haven't really had any fights that were like longer than short range, so I just kind of hand waved it so far.
Yeah.
Except for the one time when the Marines kind of chased you across the dock,
Yeah.
but you weren't really shooting back too much. So.
But the rigging gun, which has 100 meters of range, is
Yeah.
close range.
Goodness.
Interesting.
So
Goodness. Is long range like there's a ship over there? Like, is it literal ship
I wonder if
combat
that's to
range?
use it as a weapon
Yeah.
versus like just rigging something.
I mean, there's no details.
Yeah, that we're supposed to come up with the details. It's that kind of game. I feel like that's my interpretation is
Yeah.
once it gets beyond close range, it's going to be moving slowly enough. It's probably not going to do much harm, but it can still grab things.
Mm.
Who knows?
We also have a difference between close range and adjacent.
Yes,
Well, you're like right there, so.
we get to interpret all of it.
Well, look at it this way, Ferdinand. Now that nobody works for WotC anymore,
Right.
they can all go over here and work on this.
It's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, part of the design philosophy behind this game is let's just put some words in here that sound like they make sense, and then you as the table just kind of figure out what you think
OSR,
it means.
woo woo.
Yeah, OSR, exactly.
I don't know, I
So-
think they fucked up when they got one of them to have a specific range and it's confusing
worry
to
about
all
it.
the others.
Well, I think that's exactly what it says to me, is that that's what you can use it for when it's not being used as a weapon, right? That's my interpretation of it, though. Anyways.
It's short range but not adjacent, so it's not even like poke range.
Yeah, I mean, it also says 100 meters of filament. That doesn't necessarily mean it's 100 meters of
Yeah.
range, right? Maybe you just have 100 meters of cord coiled up. But, anyways.
So why are these toilets so sad?
I don't
Good
remember.
question. I was about to describe how Blake saw the last toilet on the end that was exploded.
Yes.
Maybe
It
that's-
actually appears that there is a comical, like cartoonish exploded hole in the floor that's like a craggy, jagged hole in the floor where the toilet was.
Huh?
And there's like shards of ceramic in the walls and stuff around it. And the hole in the floor leads down into like the, not directly into a sewage pipe you'd be climbing around in, but like into a crawl space where you'd be crawling amongst the pipes and things
Interesting.
to go somewhere. But it is
Hey
big
Dickie,
enough
go
to
check
crawl.
that out.
You have a dog-sized dog that could go down there.
Maybe there's rats you can kill.
Probably. What if that's where all the rats get teleported from? No way, I forgot what the rat does. Never mind. It
What?
doesn't teleport rats, it teleports like meat and cigarettes. There's probably something that teleports rats, though. And they probably come from down there. So, can you bioscan down in the hall?
Can I bioscan down in the hole?
Sure. You pick up signs of a lot of like mold and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know it was that precise.
I don't know.
There's a lot of mold.
It's yeah. There's enough mold that registers almost as a person.
God, there's a mold person down there. Dickie.
It
Go shoot
starts
it.
to register an IQ very slowly.
I'll kill that, let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
I immediately start crawling through human feces, like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Dickie's back in his element.
I'm just gonna wait for you here.
I think Blake's not gonna go down. He just wanted someone else to go.
So Dickie's going in?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
apparently, is the dog still on your back?
It depends on how much room there is. It might just be
It's-
like back here with everyone else, like,
Probably.
You might have to, I'm even picturing like it's a narrow enough space that if you have like a big hefty bag with a bunch of guns and stuff, you might have to leave that with your dog,
Yeah.
crawl through
So-
with maybe one weapon.
We may be able to see what you're seeing. So I've got the advanced
Oh, yeah,
knowledge
we've
dress
got
that has
the,
the HUD
That's
and
I think
the
we all have that.
body cam and stuff on it.
So are you taking one weapon with you? What are you taking?
the big machine gun that can look around corners,
Okay.
which is the best gun in the game.
Now, is that the one you've got smart linked?
I have 2 smart link guns.
Okay.
You got that money. All right. So you start army crawling through the crawl space. Gun
Army crawling is the only way I know how to crawl. It's how I crawled as an
Sorry, it's
infant.
just crawling. You're right. We should describe every action Dickie does as army something.
Yes.
Army
I
clown.
army jump in the sewage hole.
Yes,
army
exactly.
crawl.
So it doesn't go very far, and it kind of goes down steeply, and then once it evens out, it opens up into a wide open space. You can see huge mountains of garbage and feces and waste of all different kinds, food waste. It smells awful in here.
Underneath the rat cam.
It appears that the sewage system here just kind of all empties out here into kind of the mixed garbage and stuff as well, and you have entered the garbage heaps. So you can see a mountain of trash, which has who knows how much untold treasure within it. One man's trash is another man's treasure, etc. One man's space trash.
Space treasure.
Yes.
And that's what we're all here about.
So, yeah, you see that. You recall seeing a pathway to the garbage heap from the loading dock before, so you can tell that all connects together. Yeah, up to you if you want to take the plunge from the chute into the pit or head back up.
Not
The
alone.
plunge.
Yeah, very fair.
I recon the shit pipe.
You
Yeah.
recon the ship pipe. It's true. Army recon.
Yeah.
The army ship pipe.
Gotta put work into that pipe.
What do you mean by work?
Getting down up through the shit.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. But thank you for doing it, so, I don't have to.
I have no intention of
I
rinsing
like to
off.
think that we see that scene as just all three of you standing there looking at your HUDs, kind of getting more and more disgusted, and you don't see Dickie's perspective at all. And then Dickie just comes back up out of
You
it.
probably hear him over there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just splorching noises.
Great.
Lovely.
So Dickie
I'm
is
gonna
returning
throw
to
you
the
my
ship.
one. No, I don't have a vaccine. That was Bessie. Hold on. No, I didn't get the vaccine.
Right, the one singular.
If I had the one vaccine, I would throw it at you.
Hey kid, you want to buy a vaccine? Unbelievable. Where does this came from?
Roll for autism.
Oh.
All right. So
Bessie was kind of autistic.
you found out why the toilets are sad. So where's your next?
Well, there's the warning signs.
Some warning signs. Yep.
I'll head down some laser tubing. You can follow the trail I leave behind.
Where was the laser tubing? I don't remember where that was.
It has laser. The laser tubing was in a vent.
Okay. Oh yeah, I
above.
remember. Yeah.
Hey,
The
if
vent
I-
leading to the acid
If I
vents.
give you an explosive, would you take it down and implant it in the ship pile?
Absolutely.
Frick yeah. Do that.
I mean,
I'm gonna set off a methane nuke. We're gonna cut to the outside of the space station. There's just gonna be like a little flare coming off the side of the outer layer, and then everybody dies as it implodes.
I mean, I feel like you kind of like half-assedly suggest it as a joke, and I snatch it out of your hands and dive back. into
No,
the pipe.
how often do you get to explode a giant pile of poop? I want to do this.
Oh hell yeah!
you know, there are other job options
I'm
besides
already in the
scientist.
He's on his way.
Where you headed?
Back into the pipe with a bomb.
What kind of bomb?
A pipe bomb
Oh.
now.
An explosives and
Just
detonator
explosive.
bomb.
Okay, perfect. You have it.
So I just have a brick of C4. I get to the end, and I just yeet it into this bigger pile,
Yep.
and then I crawl back out.
All right.
Can you leave a camera down there? I want to watch.
No.
Like,
How are you gonna set it off?
We
Oh,
don't
I have
have
the-
any extra cameras.
Didn't somebody buy like?
yeah, I've got
cameras?
4 cameras. I send you with a camera too.
You crawl back down the pipe with a camera.
You could
I
attach it.
gently set it up.
You could attach the camera to your rigging gun, and you just leave the line down the pipe, and you can.
This is a lot of things to throw into a bomb for no reason.
The camera's gonna die. That's...
Yeah, but it might not.
Where are you placing the camera? Just in.
At the lip where it cuts off and becomes dive into shit pile.
Okay,
So I
just watching
throw the
shit
bomb in there and then put the camera
The
watching
camera
the
might
pile.
be okay.
No, this ought to be good.
Just sink it nice and deep.
I threw it into dark.
You see on the camera a little.
Oh, what?
It's
How
a-
dense was
it's-
this shit?
It's a mountain of shit. It is described as shit mountain. And you threw one little explosive charge at it. It's not like you threw a
Incredible.
nuke at it. But you do see random bits of garbage go and tumble down, like start an avalanche. But,
Nice.
yeah.
Does anything become riled up from a sudden setting off an
Just
explosion?
300
For a
rats
thousand
come
years of
pouring
labor.
out.
If you hadn't already killed the hunter,
That would have been so
but
funny.
you did kill the hunter, so.
It seems like we've cut off most of our entertainment by having killed this thing.
Possibly. That is twice now since you've returned, but I've rolled the hunter as your consequence. We've already
This is the
killed.
most significant disappointment of my day. You owe me an explosion.
Fuck you.
Fuck yourself.
That's a piece of poop you're putting.
Like it's dripping.
You might want to clear the end of the barrel there, Dickie.
It's just jammed.
You know what? I'm gonna wait outside. I don't want to be any part of whatever's happened in the next 2.5 minutes.
I like clank it against a stall wall.
It's one of the beautifully clean stalls that is no longer that. Okay, so you have checked out the toilets pretty thoroughly. There probably is more to see in the mountain of shit because it's massive and it's a huge room and who knows what other doors.
Yeah.
it can
Well,
lead to.
regrettably,
But you
Dickie
have
has
to go there.
refused.
Yeah.
You do know there's another pathway to it from the loading dock, but
Something aside from crawling through shit into shit. Like there are other ways.
yeah, there are other ways to get there. It's just good to know there's maybe an extra escape route there.
Yes.
And
For
luge
certain
if you hit it
definitions
hard
of escape.
So,
At least the milkmen don't live there.
our great divers of the deep, where
Yes.
to? What are you planning on?
Warning signs. Warning signs.
I suppose that's what's left, right, on this in this area.
In this local area, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Head back to the control room. Is that everyone in agreement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Head back through the control room to the warning signs place, where once you open up that big door, it does appear to be not a secure door for security reasons, but for safety reasons. Once you winch a large crank open, it unseals and pops back and lifts up. And you can feel, well, I guess you're all wearing pretty heavy duty spacesuits. You can see the heat lines of heat coming out of that door once it opens up. Just like the hot air escaping from it blows you back a little bit, and you can just kind of see the waviness in the air. And inside there's just this red-orange glow. And it is a huge chamber that goes down quite a ways. And there's occasionally a laser that fires up through it. Just whoosh, and you all almost get blinded, protect your sight from it.
See, it's that one place.
Yeah, and then there are lots of nodes on the wall that look like little pods almost, like a little cylinder sticking out of the wall at different places, but rounded on the top.
Interesting.
And they're huge and they're evenly spread around the whole thing, like it's some kind of
Bioscan?
weird- Bioscan?
Bioscan?
No signs of life. Probably the least signs of life you've scanned in a while.
Goodness.
Yeah, this
No
place
more than
appears to
here.
just kill everything in it. You do see, once you are at this point, there's a label on the wall here, and it says Defense Laser Capacitors. And that's where you have entered. From here, you nearby, although you may have to risk crossing over the laser during a convenient gap when it's not blasting through. There is what appears to be an air duct on the other side you could go through, as well as another maintenance walkway you could walk through.
Well, we've been in the air duct.
How many of the capacitors do we see?
Hundreds. Maybe 300.
That's a lot of hundreds. Well, if we could knock out all those capacitors, laser wouldn't be blasting at us anymore.
Dickie can do it.
Need more
Yeah, Dickie, you can do
bombs.
it.
More bombs.
Do you need bombs to take them out?
Many more bombs.
I mean, we could try shooting.
Or are you still talking about the shit pile?
Yes, this does look like the same room you saw before. Dickie's right.
If
Through the air duct.
we go up or down this lasery tube, can we see any places we could get to?
Up or down? No, but you can see, there is that maintenance walkway you could get to on the other side. Yeah.
Do we have gravity here?
Yep.
Is the maintenance
Follow them.
walkway closer to us where we are, or the vent?
Pretty equidistant. I think it's right across from you, and the vent's kind of in the middle. Just about.
With my, let's see, let me just make sure I do have it. With my industrial training, Do I think that this suit would protect me if I were to try to like mag boot circumnavigate the walls?
Protect you from
Not
the
dying
death
from
laser?
just from like being
I
closer to it than I am now. Not like would it protect me if I walked through it?
I think it would protect you from the heat, but not from a direct hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As long as you stay against the wall, it shouldn't hit us.
Yep. Are we gonna
Presumably
try to get
it
across?
is between the capacitors, so as long as we take up less space, then the capacitors stick out into the tube.
That's true too. Yeah, if you shimmy between the capacitors, that might work.
Let's do that shit.
Yeah, I think we should try to get across.
I got mag boots.
Alright, I'm gonna start heading out carefully.
Okay, can you give me a body save
Mm-hmm.
just to maintain a very careful, never
Yes.
slipping, never tripping?
All of us?
Anyone who wants to navigate, yeah.
I'm gonna watch him first.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems smart.
And can I add athletics to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately,
Success.
I'm not smart.
Okay. So yeah, you
You
shimmy
are the
very slowly
smartest
and
person
carefully.
in this group.
Do I have
Just
something better
using
than
the
athletics?
mag boots at your own just grip against the capacitors and things to navigate through to the other maintenance area there. And it's a very similar like secure door. You have to wrench a big lever open and then it unseals and goes up. And you can see what it leads into, which is a huge amount of copper tubes, copper pipes, that are connected to these huge vats of this blue fluid that is sort of being pumped around through here and is obviously being sent off in the direction you're currently sitting. So,
And that's not the acid vats room that we found before.
no,
It's probably coolant.
it does look like coolant. There is another door on the other side. This one is not so much of a secure door, just another maintenance door.
Well, if we destroy the coolant, the whole thing will overheat.
Yeah, we'll probably die.
Not if we do it from far enough away.
And probably get horrible space cancer from all the coolant.
Not through the suits.
You don't know space cancer.
I know armor. You don't know space cancer.
Now you do.
So, did you make it to the other side as well, or is it just Blake over there?
Well, he's the only one that went, but I definitely want to go because it looks fun.
Okay, so you're just hopping on columns.
We had that mini conversation, like yelling over the.
Interrupt. What you said? I said
You no space cancer.
Trying to see if there's something better than athletics I could apply here. But I don't think there is.
That's up to you.
I'm going.
So you have lasernomics in your brain now?
I got an 8,
Lasernomics is
so
not
I win.
Yes, you do. You make it across.
Nice.
I'm
While you're
swinging
over
like monkey bars. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, while Dickie is making it over very professionally, Blake, you start to hear the
Is there a
sound
reason
of
for us to want to go do this?
pretty loud footsteps.
Oh,
Are
shouldn't
echoing
we
against
stay
the pipes.
with
Like
everyone?
somebody's walking along one of the pipes. There's clang, clang.
Somebody's walking along one of these pipes.
I'll kick their
Kind of
ass.
slowly, but there's like clang, 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 and just the
I'm gonna keep my vibe shetty ready.
Yeah, that tracks.
So do we hear anything over by us?
I don't think you hear it that far away, but you can probably. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but,
can
there's,
still
but,
go
there's
on.
but there's nothing else going on around
No,
us
I don't
coming
know.
this direction.
No, it's from their side.
It's from their side.
Yep.
Clanging is never good.
From on top the pipes or in the pipes?
Hard to tell.
I think we'll let Dickie.
The sound seems to be traveling along the pipe as if something
Dickie's
is
pretty
stepping
confident.
against it.
Dickie is
so
pretty
it punches
confident.
the pipe.
I will sweep the room looking for the noise.
Alright, you start to look around. This place does have gravity, so it's a little hard to like navigate it unless you have. I mean, it's just a big room full of pipes, so it's not like there's ladders and things. But you start to just look in the angles you can, and eventually you see somebody pop up near one of the pipes, near where you are there. And what pops out is a head,
Oh no.
but
That's not a good way to start a
No.
description.
um,
It's like a weasel popping out.
I will say it has
Well, here
no
comes your
face.
failed sanity save.
Yeah, I'm not even there.
It
No, but you're on the HUD.
it appears
Oh,
like a head that has been melted and burned in such a way that it should be a very dead person, but they are very much not dead. They're clearly alive and walking around. And so this head is just kind of like caved in slightly, and the whole face is just twisted and melted down, and like there's no eyes, no nose, like everything's kind of melted and disconfigured and horribly, horribly burned and scarred. And then that's attached to a very horribly burned and scarred neck, and all the way down, it's just a very like this looks like a zombie to you basically. But this
Cool.
person approaches, and they don't appear to be wearing anything, just their skin is just completely melted and gross. And they are just walking along this pipe with these big, like, once they get a little closer, unless you just take a shot. But
Maybe.
that's up to you. Alright, so if you hesitate, then you start to see he's got these big, like, suction cup things that are not like mag boots, but like he's like hitting these big magnetic, like, or not magnetic, these big like gloves and shoes that are big suction cups to stick to things. And he also has around his back this huge tub of the same coolant stuff you can see that is scattered around.
Yeah.
But there's a pipe coming up and around, like he can just take a sip from it. And as he approaches, he occasionally like, reaches over, and
Cool
his
from-
whole mouth just kind of opens up because he doesn't have lips or cheeks anymore. And so he just kind of gets his teeth around the tube and just starts. Coolant goes everywhere when he tries to suck it out because he doesn't have cheeks.
Dicky, why is this thing still alive?
Because I knew a guy that looked at this once back when we were still allowed to use white phosphorus.
He waves one of his gloved hands at you.
Is that
"Oh,
basic?"
hi there!
Yeah.
Hey
Identify
there.
yourself.
Hey there, friend. How are you?
I'm. Nobody's really asked me that in a long time.
Well, nobody's really not just tried to murder me as soon as they saw me. So, you know, I'm feeling pretty good myself.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone down here in a long time. Huh. How'd you guys get down here?
Walked.
You want some nectar? And he kind of
No,
shuffles
thank
the
you.
pipe
I
over
kind of
to
feel
you.
like I'd get the space cancer. I got a beer if you'd like a
I've
beer.
had space cancer my whole life. They ain't killed me yet.
Well,
I feel great.
I can't argue with that. You want a beer?
Is it anything like nectar?
I don't know. I've never had the nectar. I like drinking it though.
Oh, we can make a trade here. I'll hold on right there. I'll come down. He starts turning around and clunk, 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 clunk. The suction cup boots down.
I'll reach for a beer.
Once he gets down close to you on the ground, it's clearly doesn't really have like an easy dismount
Yeah.
operation. So he just kind of gets down and then just gets the ground and then pulls himself back up and takes a big sip of his coolant and then.
They've made a
Ah!
friend.
So I don't. Tries to take the beer from you. guys.
So I'll
So,
here. I can.
oh, do you want to just pull in the tab right there? I haven't-
Yep.
This thing's been on for me for 7 years now.
I'll pull the tab.
It comes out and his hand that has been inside this machine for 7 years. I'd like you to make a sanity save, please.
Oh boy.
I think that
It's
makes
a
some
smaller
sense.
machine.
You as well, because you're seeing this directly in front of you. Well, you can add military training.
Like, I've seen some
Blake as well
movies.
if you have it, but yeah, this is some nasty shit.
I mean, no, because my
Why
sanity
are
is
you
Failure.
rolling a 10 and an 8 there, Dickie?
It doesn't matter.
It's a little lower. Good catch there.
It's okay, it's still over 50.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so just a stress on yelling, that's all.
Yep.
But,
I mean, the last roll also used the D8, but it also got a 0-0 on this one, so I
Yeah.
definitely won that one.
So his hand just kind of half comes out of the machine, and he leaves a lot of his hand and flesh behind, and like there's bones sticking out, and like most of the flesh is gone. He just kind of looks at it puzzled, like, huh. Well, that's not. I don't think I can still. Oh, hold on, I got a little movement on my
Yep.
thumb.
There-
it's
there
just
you go.
right there. He kind of
Yeah.
wedges it against the rest of his hand with his thumb and brings it up and kind of more pours it
Yeah.
all over his face and then says, huh. Tries to hand it back to you. It's covered in blood on the outside. Like,
Thank you.
Nasty.
You can keep it.
"Ah, I don't think I like this as much as you vomits on the ground.
Oh, I'm
Drinks some
sorry.
more nectar. I think I'm gonna stick to the nectar, I think.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Set the can down gently on the ground.
Ah,
So, I can help you get your hand back in the machine if you want.
oh, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I needed to crawl around, I guess, so just, you hear like a sickening crunching and
Oh,
like,
oh no.
doesn't seem to care, it gets sealed back on, he's like, huh,
Ugh.
yeah, it's a little looser than before, I think I can make do, it's fine. Sticks it against the wall and pulls it back and it seems to work fine.
Hopefully
Yeah, okay.
the space cancer will fill in the gaps pretty soon.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the fuck happened to you?
What do you mean? Can you be more specific?
No.
Oh.
How do you...
Well, it all started when I was about 3 years old. My mom and dad died, so I went to an orphanage.
I don't know that song your
And then
dad.
the next 17 years are a blur, because I was property of this company. I've been here my whole life. I started working here from a very young age. They trained me up, and I started working here when I was about 8 years old, I think. Or was it 9? I don't know. I worked really hard.
You got a
Would you like
pretty
some
late
nectar?
start in life.
Oh, okay. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, I guess.
What's a horse?
Oh, it's just they have them on down on floor 3. You should go see them sometime.
Oh,
Yeah. I will tell you though, you can lead them to water, but they
I see.
just.
Horses. Yeah.
Ha. So what brings you all down here? It's been 5 years since I've seen anybody down here.
You're just going for a walk.
Looking
Looking for
around.
cool stuff.
What are you doing down here?
Well, I live down here. That's where the nectar is.
How do you get the nectar in your tank?
Oh, I go to one of those big vats. And I
Yep.
just kind of jump in
Oh.
and I open up the tank because I kind of have to do that because I have to reach the seal back here and pull the
Yep.
whole top off it. I don't really have much fine motor control with these things on.
Yep.
Yeah. I just want to reemphasize that for this whole conversation, it is a nearly faceless head,
Yes.
just a jaw rattling like a puppet.
I kind of wonder, if I feel like if I was in your situation, I might just live in the
Put
vat.
this guy in a computer and upload
Well.
him to a body that works.
You
That's a good
probably
idea.
could.
Maybe.
I feel like swimming might be more enjoyable than
Isn't Dickie carrying
whatever
around
the
a
hell
soul
you're
sucker?
doing.
Well, I'm going for a walk.
Well, that's fair. That's
Alright,
also what
you're
I'm doing,
asking.
so I can't say nothing about that.
I want to do that though.
It was my job to keep this place running, and I think I've kept it
You
running.
got money.
You
fired
certainly
Dickie
have.
there.
How old do you think you
Oh.
are?
Silly me. He hits his face with the suction
Oh, no.
cup thing, and
Oh,
the
no.
suction cup's on, and he's like, "Rrr." And he pulls, and you can see
Oh.
the face start to pull slightly, and then he de-suction cups, and it's
Oh.
fine. It slides back. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Oh, yeah. No, the other reason I can't just go swimming too constantly is the dweller doesn't like that.
Oh, who's the dweller? I don't think we've met the
He's my
dweller.
roommate. He
Gotcha.
dwells here, just like I do.
Are you also the dweller?
No.
Well, what are you called then?
I think I was called Pete.
Oh,
It's been a while.
happy. Why don't you get a cool name like the dweller?
Dickie,
Question.
can you just soul suck him into that thing you're carrying around?
The finger twitch on the trigger to not kill this guy.
Oh, poor Pete.
So where's the dweller?
I haven't seen him in a few years because I'm very careful not to anger him. But, the people who saw me last about 5 years ago, they're the one who gave him the cool name. I've been Pete my whole life, so I just kept that name.
What's the dweller look like?
Oh, tentacles,
Oh,
lots of tentacles. Very hard to see, kind of blends in with whatever.
what was the dweller called before people called him the dweller?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't seen him before they saw him.
Okay.
Where do you think it is right now?
Oh, somewhere in here, probably, or back in the other room. One of these nearby rooms. He likes to stick near these, around the laser area here. Whether it's the actual laser room, or the coolant room, or the fuel tanks, or anything like that, he likes to stay around here.
So we should probably kill that, huh?
Oh, I mean, that would mean I could go swimming. I'm against violence of any kind, though. But, you know. I can't help you, but I won't stop you.
Cool.
Very understandable.
He's killed lots of people. He probably has it coming at this point. I keep finding skulls he leaves around places. Maybe that's why I haven't seen anybody in 5 years.
That does seem likely, yes.
No.
Dickie, you might want to get out of there while the getting's good.
Hey, do you know anybody named Jimmy?
No, I don't think I met a Jimmy.
Oh, well, if you ever meet a Jimmy,
You
be
two,
nice to him.
you two get along to spread.
Okay, well, yeah, if I see a Jimmy now. Well, what are your names? Are you Jimmy?
I'm gonna go on the comms and just
I
like,
think
"Will you
I'm
nerds
Blake.
get
I'm
over
becoming
here?
less sure of that day by day.
We're gonna hunt the dweller.
Ask him if he wants
Why?
to leave this place.
What do you mean, why?
Why do we want to hunt this thing that kills everybody else?
I wanna hunt this thing that kills everyone.
Okay,
I
but
think it's
why
probably
do
gonna eat us if we
why
try.
do I want to go hunt this thing, there, Dickie?
Because otherwise I'll kick your ass.
I imagine that you guys, when you activate your comms across rooms and stuff, it's like you stop broadcasting your audio outside or something.
Yeah.
And
So you
so
just
he can
freeze.
just see you guys with your lips moving inside the helmet, just talking to each other. He's just sitting there sipping on his nectar,
Yeah.
spilling it all over himself. It's like leaving more burns.
It's a simple life.
Yep.
It's gonna be over soon.
Probably.
It's been
Statistically
years,
speaking.
man.
I know, but there's this thing called mercy killing.
He seems like he's having a good time to me.
It doesn't really matter.
I really do think you ought to just suck. I think you ought to just suck his soul into that
Actually,
thing you're
such a
carrying
good
around,
one.
Dickie. Yeah.
Please do. I want it.
Nikki isn't interested in utilizing the nerd shit cube as anything more than a bomb for the AI, and would rather use conventional firearms on this dude.
Yes, but I want to
Yeah.
put him in a functional
Perhaps
body.
if you want to interfere with what Dickie's doing, you should cross the danger room and get to him. Otherwise, you're just using your words at him.
That doesn't work.
That's pretty much what I was thinking.
That's what Command tried to do.
Is there any benefit to us to going over there and getting killed?
No,
Oh, okay.
because
Well-
I will absolutely get killed if I try that.
So you're gonna you're gonna kill this dweller, Dickie?
Yeah. Sounds like something that needs a good killing.
Yeah, but it seems like it's pretty good at killing, and we're like in its home. so
I'm
it's-
good at killing.
Yeah, but
My guess is it would be in the fuel tank room, if I had to guess. That's where it likes to hang out. I
Oh,
think he
yeah.
guards it.
and where's the fuel tank room?
Oh, it's hold on, I gotta. He like climbs up on a pipe and turns stuff upside down and looks back and forth like, yeah, that way. Sorry, I had to get my bearings real quick.
Yep.
I know all these pipes very well. That's the one. That's that way. There's a big door that way. Oh, you'll see some pipes that are made of a different metal. I don't know my metals very well. Different metal down that way. Those are fuel pipes, not nectar pipes.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all the help, Pete. I hope you can swim in peace.
Thank you. Yeah. If you could just let me know, or just shout when you're here, just yell, just like, Pete, it's safe to swim. Once
Yeah,
once
yeah.
you
There's
know.
probably gonna be a lot of shouting.
Oh, okay.
Not only is my finger twitching on the trigger, I'm now just like holding up C4 shakily at the idea of exploding the entire fuel room.
I hope you do.
I
Excellent.
have this opportunity for violence that I am not passing up.
Your opportunity for blowing up a mountain was recently thwarted, so you're jonesing.
I want to kill whatever the dweller is. That sounds like a good kill.
Blowing up the fuel room seems like an efficient way to do that.
Mm-hmm. You should go do that.
You should.
How far away are we from the camera room, the control room?
You, if you're still before the capacitor room,
Yeah.
are like 20 feet away. Right there.
Dickie, I'm gonna go back to the room with all the camera screens there and see if I can see anything that looks like a fuel room and see if I can see this thing.
Works for me. You be my eyes. I'll be the gun.
Come with me, Duncan.
Okay.
further we are from this explosion,
Well,
the better.
do you want the
Far enough, yeah.
explosives? Do you want
He
the
apparently has
explosives?
explosives.
Not enough.
Do you need more explosive, Dickie?
Always.
Well, I'm just gonna leave them here on the ground. You can come get them.
So-
You guys should stand on either side of the laser and try to time throw all of your explosives over the laser.
Yeah.
Then we'll go back.
So, Dickie, here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna give you my pulse rifle.
I've already grabbed you by the scruff
Oh,
and
I
am
don't like
dragging
this.
you.
I don't like this. I don't like what's
Yeah.
going on here. Dickie, please let me go. I did
You're
not
gonna
wish.
back me up.
Yeah,
So
I can
I'm
do
going
that.
back to the control room to see if I can see him on camera where he's at now.
I've got a
Assuming
smart
that
link.
another screen nearby that would be the fuel room.
There's no need for
Right.
me to be here in person.
Come on.
If I'm not here, you can maneuver better.
A lot of the terminals here are broken,
Yes.
so it might take some reconfiguring to get some of the computer systems hooked up to the right.
Come on, hacker
I
elite.
can do that.
Alright, give me a hacking roll. Intellect.
Plus a million.
Yet another of your
Intellect
computers got
plus
infected by a
hacking.
virus.
Is there something higher than
Oh,
half?
these ones actually have keywords.
No, I don't think there's engineering.
Do you have hacking though, right?
I do have hacking.
You have everything.
So you can do hacking.
Sweet. How did I fail? Goddamn.
What did you roll?
Wow, you suck at
68.
this.
Hmm.
Oh,
And you
I
needed
needed
a
a
67.
67.
Wow.
Wow.
It's really good.
Oh my god. Okay. perfect.
Out of the
When
way,
you,
I'm
when you
going
beat your
to.
high score, you should have put one more point to intelligence. Unfortunately.
I have the mechanical repair and the engineering.
Okay, that could work. I think if you're like literally physically swapping computer systems with
Wait, I could have added engineering.
If
Is insurance higher? than
Yeah,
hacking?
engineering is plus 20, hacking is plus 15.
No, what's above hacking on that tree?
engineering.
Artificial intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Engineering is after mechanical repair.
I think this would be mechanical repair, not engineering. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would make more sense. You're not really crafting anything or doing
I
anything.
need
You're
a
just
73 then.
taking apart a computer. and putting
Yeah,
it
mechanical
together.
repair is plus 15 as well.
No, I managed to fail that too.
Okay. So,
Wonderful.
Good
so
job.
Duncan
This
is
is unhackable.
typing away, and Zane is pulling out parts, and just occasionally you'll pull something out, and there's just like a short, and there's a lot of sparks, and you start to smell the electrical smoke, and it's not going well for you.
You should have brought my dog. You would have killed it.
Should have brought Bessie.
True.
No, don't you worry.
Bessie's in the cube somewhere.
I don't see it any place, Dickie.
So you guys are taking the hike across.
Well, can I see Dickie?
place.
Where Dickie's
Yeah.
at? Is there a camera on Dickie
No,
currently?
not currently.
No.
You
Okay.
didn't even see this place when you go through the feeds, although I guess your character wouldn't know that, but
Yeah.
us, the audience, is aware
Yeah.
that when you look through all the camera feeds before, you didn't see anything in those photos.
I
I mean,
Okay.
you could have looked through them now and they don't look like what he's
What's that?
seeing on his HUD
Right.
camera.
Yeah. There's no big
Put a
copper
camera
pipes
on
and
there.
stuff in any of the feeds.
Well, yeah, but Monarch might not want him blowing up
So I've got my pulse rifle
the
out.
fuel room. So,
Absolutely terrified.
Good to
Jumping at
know.
shadows.
well, yes, but no, I'm not pulling Monarch in on this one.
If they wanted to stop me from blowing up their shit, they should have said so.
I think they probably would if they wanted.
Yeah, I'm going to continue just trying to
Okay.
get eyes on Dickie
So
there.
you guys will get another attempt once they get to the other side of the room then.
We'll post up on the door to the next room.
Yeah.
I wanna like grab him and like move him and situate him and point his gun at the door.
Yes. So, you guys do eventually arrive at the big door to, the fuel tanks, which you can tell are that because there are these big, like, steel pipes that go up into there. And once you were able to follow those, it doesn't take you too much longer to get there. This is another small maintenance store. People aren't meant to come in here super often except just to fix things up. But interestingly, despite it being a maintenance store, there is a hand scanner pad that appears to have been retrofitted onto it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what now? I assume that your hand.
Grab
is
the
not-
dog, put it in front of the hand scanner.
Uh-huh.
Open this thing.
Dog's got a spacesuit on.
Do it.
Dog's got 5 thumbs on each hand.
Is the dog getting
The dog has an electrical toolkit and jury rigging. He's
Okay.
going to try and
What
create
does
a
that dog do?
bypass circuit for what is apparently already a bypass circuit.
Yeah, it appears to be retrofit. So
He's going to unbypass circuit this.
the rare triple bypass?
It's a double negative bypass.
So he has to beat a 63. 44.
All right. So you manage to, he like takes out a little screwdriver and like unhooks a panel and like pulls out some wires and sweats over if he should cut the red wire or the green wire. Eventually
Poor
gets
guy.
the green
He's
wire.
fucking
dog ain't
colorblind.
Because he's a dog.
He like looks to me for help, like, and I'm like, just
What am I
fucking do it.
Dickie just cuts both at once.
They didn't cover this in training.
You're
Dickie
watching
just
the
shoots
dog's camera. The red one, the red one.
The
dog's
camera is black and
crying.
white too.
Sweat like flying off.
Oh.
He can't sweat, so he just pants extra hard.
Yeah, exactly. But he does eventually figure out which wire to clip. And the door, like, there's an agonizing moment where you just sit there like, work, and then the door finally does open up.
Just pick up the dog and put it back on there.
Wow. Huh.
So, through the door, it's a good thing you have the weapon up.
Oh
Because
dear.
you immediately see what it appears to be like. I'm trying to think of the right word for this. A squadron, maybe?
Oh.
Several dozen security androids who are all just kind of sitting there at the door, weapons ready. Just ready for you. And like they're not just sitting there inanimate.
Nice.
It looks like they have marched up to the door at your approach, and they're sitting there waiting for you, like weapons ready, just looking at you, like not letting you get through.
We work for Monarch now. This shouldn't be a problem.
Soldiers.
He's also trying to kill monarchs.
They don't respond.
Well, I'm gonna go now, so goodbye.
Now hang on.
No, I'm leaving. I'm gonna try to get out of his grasp.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll an opposed something. Strength, body.
Body.
I got a 2.
Nice.
Ooh.
So can you beat a 2?
Well, I rolled a 71.
Oh no.
So no.
You get grabbed.
Not the windpipe, my one weakness.
So you guys have a chance to check the cameras again.
Okay.
Oh, let's see what the hell did I need here.
This would be a funny time for you guys to find the cameras and just see them.
Critically succeeded.
Nice.
And I succeeded at repairing, so you succeeded at
Perfect. So I'm
hacking.
going to say at this
Okay.
point you guys have the entire floor
I
covered then.
ultra
Yeah.
hacked it.
So,
You did, you
So it
ultra
flickers
hacked
on
it.
and you see the army of...
yeah, you see a camera from the angle of just Dickie holding Blake up by the throat, and then Duncan sees the camera that sees a better perspective of the criticals of this, and also sees the army of robots behind them. Several dozen robots behind them.
So I assume you're here to kill the dweller?
No response.
Yeah, us too.
Dickie, I don't see the dweller.
You know?
No.
I think they must have got it already with this many.
All
Good job, boys.
Just stand perfectly still.
All I see is you choking out Blake.
He's fine.
You took me through a space, and it's really impressive.
It's got some grip strength on
Just
him.
grabbed your oxygen tubes. Like,
He learned grip in basic.
yeah. Basic, that's right. Army basic. Everything he does has to be army, even if that's redundant. It doesn't matter.
I army choked him.
With your army.
Why don't you call the
Army
AI or
wrestling.
whatever?
That sounds like a weird sex move. Army choking something.
That's it!
I don't like
Dickie
it.
don't think
man
it does.
loves,
It's got a weird vibe.
There's nothing weird vibe about Dickie.
It's a very straightforward man.
You can call the AI yourself, Dickie.
I don't want to talk to it. Some nerd crap. Just ask him what the robots is about.
I would, but I'm gasping on the ground.
I will contact Monarch and ask Dickie's question for make sure that Monarch understands this is Dickie's question.
What was Dickie's question?
Yeah, why is there an army of robots stopping me from killing the dweller?
Monarch will respond. The situation in the fuel tank is under control. We do not need your assistance. Thank you.
Alright, so they got it.
I don't think that's what Monarch said. I think likely Monarch just doesn't want you blowing it up. It's probably the case.
I mean, this wouldn't stop me.
I'm gonna leave.
No offense, robots,
They don't respond.
but you're in a potentially exploding room.
It might just explode. at any
So if
moment.
you were planning on stopping someone from exploding in said room, you may want to do it from this side.
They don't respond. You're just talking to a wall of robots.
Pete,
doesn't
I think you
understand
should
the
leave for
difference.
your own safety.
They're just
At
soldiers
least-
that doing the duty.
For an hour or so, maybe. I feel like this is gonna resolve itself before.
How look at my nectar?
Nah, he's good. I think we're clear here. I'm just gonna turn around.
Yeah, Pete. The dweller's not dead. I really don't think the dweller's dead.
I'm just assuming it's dead because there's too many guys in there. But if I ever find out that this thing isn't dead, I'm gonna have words with that damn AI.
Nice meeting you, Pete.
So is
You're
the
doing a good
guy
job
dead?
down here. No, it's not. But
Well, that's good. Still my roommate.
I think you got a lot of roommates, Pete. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
How do I? I haven't
There's
seen
a lot of
it.
robots with guns like right there. We didn't close the door.
Robots aren't people.
Eh.
You're not a robot?
No, of course not.
Oh,
I'm
I see.
Pete.
Is the dweller a person?
Yeah, I never really stopped to ask you.
I don't think the word. If you mentioned tentacles, I kind of feel like the dweller's not a person. People don't tend to have tentacles. If we're splitting hairs to the point where a robot
Yeah,
isn't a
knowledge
person,
about the
also.
dweller.
You know, if you take a person and you give them a cybernetic arm,
Yep.
they still a person?
Uh-huh.
What if you do it to their other arm and their legs,
Yep.
and then they get a replacement heart and lungs?
Well, see, I'm not the
Replace
person
all
who
their
said
bones
it.
with titanium,
Yep.
Give
Eventually,
them
just a
solar-
robot.
solar skin so they can absorb sunlight. What if the person is no longer the original parts at all? Are they
Yeah.
still a person?
You have a lot of thoughts, Pete.
I got a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
You have no idea the urge I just had to. You got a lot of thoughts, Pete. Not anymore.
You showed up. You totally showed up.
I feel like Dickie would do that.
Dickie has an existential breakdown at hearing about the ship of Theseus and just kills the guy who told it.
Well, you know, Pete, if you replace all your parts with robot parts, I'll still think of you as a person. That's what I can tell you.
I don't know if that's mighty kind of you or just like the bare minimum, but I'll
You're all right, Pete. I'm gonna leave.
Well, they just sips more of the nectar as you go.
I wish everybody down here was
Nothing's
like Pete.
going on any further in these rooms.
They're just sitting there, and then the
Okay.
door to that room closes. That's assuming Dickie actually leaves. If you stand there, they'll continue to stand up the way.
Yeah, I'll
Should send a
leave. But do they
faceless
like
robot dog to the other
What-
side?
continue not moving, or do they like move at all in response to there being nothing there?
Once you start to leave, it does look like they start to return into the room as the door closes.
That's
So where do they go?
Just into the fuel room where that was.
Okay.
I guess you guys have camera.
Are they taking up
Probably have at
stations in
least-
there, or
Yeah, I think you guys have cameras in there. You can see they take up stations in there. And I'll describe that room to you since you have critically succeeded on getting cameras for this work.
Woohoo.
It is a massive room, as are all of these. Those pipes, as described before, are like 20-foot wide pipes, like they're huge things, right? This room is full of tanks the size of spaceships. It is fuel tanks big enough to power this entire massive megastructure, so of course it has to be a lot of fuel. Yeah, there's just a lot of security androids patrolling this place. It looks less like they take up stations, there are some stations, and more like there are just tons of security androids constantly taking like laps through this place.
Well,
patrolling.
I'll think to myself and not say out loud that if we ever find a nuke, this will be a good place to set it off.
we just put all the bombs together into one football and just open the door.
True. Let's see. Other
Okay,
things you
take 'em.
see on this floor through all your cameras. I might as well just tell you. You can see the garbage heap has another intersection leading off of it. So from the garbage heap there is a 4-way intersection.
You're gonna look back at that and think it leads to a church.
The Minotaur is here.
Oh
Let's
no.
go. There's some kind of room full of shelves and tools and things, like you guys saw before, but this one's on this floor. That's one of the rooms off the 4-way intersection. Another one of the rooms off the 4-way intersection, we'll say this is the middle room off of the 4-way intersection, so directly across, is a whole bunch of like pipes and like dials and things. It looks like someplace that is, it pumps and things. It looks like it is measuring and pumping fluids. The other part of the 4-way intersection is a huge cylinder with walls smeared with filth. Don't know what's going on there. Yep. You can't see from the cameras, but there's something in there. Off of that middle room on the top, there are 2 doors. One leads to a room that is a tangle of ducts, vents, and pipes, with some hatches leading somewhere to other places deep within it. It doesn't appear to have any extra doors, so you can see in the cameras at least. And then further on the opposite side of that one, so, or I guess it doesn't have to be opposite, but again off of the middle room is the door. That leads to a room that appears to be like a, what's the word for it? Hydroponic farm. So there's a bunch of farms in there based entirely on water, no soil. In a big room like that. And
We found where the drugs are being raised, Dickie.
yes, I think that's all the rooms you see on this floor that your cameras have access to.
Okay.
Drugs are a distraction a soldier can't afford. Unless it's stim packs. I fucking love stim packs.
Dickie does need his space math.
Sure.
They're
That's what
government.
the heck are. Clearly.
Okay.
I assume none of the cameras saw into the hive and that whole creature's domain.
They do actually. You already saw those rooms, but yeah.
Really? I think we stopped at the hive. Does the hive go anywhere?
Yes. The lair.
Because we didn't go in it.
So
The
that
layer-
implies Monarch can see in, even if Monarch claims that it's outside of Monarch's territory.
It's possible it couldn't see in until you repaired
Until you
this.
repaired it.
That's true.
So the lair of the hunter connects to the big cylinder that was full of shit.
Mmm.
Yeah, it's probably the one on the right there. Yeah, there you go. No. That's all connected now.
Dun 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 dun.
Woo!
And the cylinder probably goes to the garbage pile.
Yeah.
Let's go dig through everything.
Yeah. Good.
Let's
I'd like to go to the
start with the shelf
hydroponics. I want some lettuce.
I think the shelf room is on
Actual
the way.
lettuce.
The one with-
Tool shed.
Let's go there.
Yeah, so you'd have to go through the garbage heap, and then you could go there if you wanted. Yes.
Well, first we have to get back across this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I didn't get to kill anything, but I'll take more jungle gym time.
Sure.
Lieutenant is monster.
So yeah, those of you crossing
Yeah,
the lake.
small, right?
Body saves.
Yeah, I've already
Oh,
asked
yeah.
that question.
What's up?
You should
Nope.
ask if it's still alive.
I don't even know if the thing
Critical
exists.
failure, 66.
Uh-oh.
I am vaporized. What's up?
Well, let's see. That was character
on.
number
You keep
4.
Because I keep doing stupid things.
I have a plan to save him.
Okay.
I'm gonna harpoon him.
Alright.
Is that helpful?
Yeah. I
Because the
think-
only gun I'm carrying while I edge through here is the harpoon in case I fall.
Mhm.
But I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
And then he slips and just starts screaming and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll combat.
Right through the windpipe that you recently let
That
go
should be
of.
a crit here.
Plus firearms, I succeed.
Okay. So, is this the rigging gun or?
Yes, but it's the one that electrocutes people if I want it to.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So I think what we're gonna do here is going to shoot him to the wall somewhere. So you're going to deal damage to him. And we'll see how that goes.
6.
6 points of damage.
Alright.
It'll hurt worse when it comes back out.
Well, yeah, but his suit
Sure,
will
that's
absorb
reassuring.
6. Because his suit will take away 3 and then.
You also,
Take 3.
upon firing the harpoon into
The
the
suit's
wall,
worth 10.
whether or not your
Well,
tool
yeah, but
was an electric tool,
it
could
diminishes
do electric
the
things.
damage at
You just shot
first
a
by
capacitor.
3. And then it'll take 10 points of
So,
damage.
Uh,
So
I'm
none of the
going
6
to die.
actually reach him.
Yes.
The good news is this was clearly meant to be able to do an electric discharge, so there's some kind of filter between what's
Probably.
getting fried and me.
Yes.
So I'm cool.
I think it is going to fry your gun, but not you. Is my interpretation of that, or at least the electric part of it. Because yeah, there's a sudden shock of electricity, and Blake is also going to take, 17 points of damage from the electrocution. I rolled almost maximum, and yeah, the gun is fried. The cable connecting you across the way as well. The electricity comes up it and starts to burn into the air just from the current flowing through it, and then the laser seals the job and just cuts the cable. So Blake is now on the far wall, pinned to the wall in a very precarious situation. But this is all still better than instant death. Which
Yes.
was on the
Slow, agonizing death.
Hey buddy,
Much
you
better.
got any stim packs?
Silence.
Hey buddy.
I don't want to talk is the problem.
If you
blood on the inside of the visor.
My comms are no longer working.
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly.
if you don't answer, I will leave you here.
But I think we got one of those, like in a movie or something, when somebody gets like so concussed that it's just tinnitus and
Yes.
just blurriness.
Dickie, Dickie, we've lost sight of Blake here. What's going on, Dickie?
You fell. You think you might be
Well,
okay.
I didn't take a wound somehow, but
He fell.
the battle dress is definitely destroyed.
Yeah.
He fell to where, Dickie? I can't see Blake anymore.
It's because he fell. Hang on. I'm going to scamper down to him.
So the body's here.
Army scamper.
Scamper.
Get the camera on this. This is going to be epic, I'm sure. See what the hell Dickie's doing.
Oh damn! I failed.
It's okay, you just take one stress, it wasn't a critical fail. So there's a
Dickie's
point where you're
shooting
trying to get
people
to Blake
again,
and
isn't
you
he?
slip a little
When
bit,
is he
you
not?
just catch yourself and you're like panicking up against the wall. But you're fine. That just stretches you out a little bit.
Dickie, did you shoot Blake?
A little.
Did you shish kebab him to the wall? Because
He
that's
was-
what it looks like from here.
He was falling into the laser. I saved him mostly. Give me a minute. God damn you people.
I had mag boots. I was gonna save myself.
Dickie,
I
why
would've
are you
been
always
fine until
shooting
you
at
saved
us,
me.
Dickie?
You were already using the mag boots when you fell, dumb.
I do really like the idea of activate the mag boots that makes you stand perfectly against the side of the wall, positioning your torso right in the middle of the laser.
my head disintegrates and my torso just folds down. Still hanging from the mag boots on the side of the wall.
So
I
now,
saved
you're,
myself.
so now you're pinned by the mag boots and his harpoon.
Yes.
Oh, good.
What I was imagining is I would like catch myself and my knees would just snap forward as
To make sure my knees are still there.
It's okay, I got you.
Yep, you did get me.
Yep.
Dickie saves the day.
If nobody got me, Dickie got me.
I'm gonna get down to him. I can't be leaving a man behind.
You're leaving me all over the floor.
Let's just keep an eye on the area to make sure nobody's responding to all this crap going on in this
I'm
thing.
just
8.
So,
As you mentioned that, what you were trying to climb down again?
Yeah.
Okay, so success. You successfully get down to Blake, at least he's down in there.
Hey,
You're
buddy.
watching on the cameras to see, like, this all happening. You see Dickie get down there, and you have the thought, let's pull the camera out and look around. And you see just, like, a little bit of a shimmering movement along one of the walls as something that was clearly, like, very heavily camouflaged is moving through the capacitors.
Dickie, you got company, sir.
I know, he's right here. I told you
No,
I got
no,
him.
there's something crawling on the walls,
the
Dickie.
harpoon keeps tickling my lung and it keeps me from falling unconscious.
I need you
I want to
to...
fall unconscious.
Yeah, you gotta use your limbs to keep from falling when I yank this
Dickie,
out.
Please
Dickie,
don't.
you might want to get in one of your viewfinders and your gun. See
I'm
if you
busy.
can pick up
Would you
this
shut
thing.
the I'm going to
This is
have
really
the
hot.
dog.
Dickie, the predator is coming.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The dog is going to stim pack him while I rip the harpoon out.
Have you seen this movie, Dickie? The predator is coming.
He needs to be stimmed first, otherwise he is going to take 2d10.
Did they not show you this in
damage.
basic, Dickie?
So, yeah, the dog will stim pack him, so you can roll that.
He ain't listening to me.
I
You're
don't
about
remember
to
what a
get
stim
raped by
pack
the
does.
dweller and his many tentacles.
Fine.
It's many sinister
Have you
fingers.
seen these
Let me
sorts
just,
of these sorts of movies, Dickie?
I've
Show
seen
you
enough
guys
hentai to know where this
Oh,
is
no.
going.
What you see on the cameras.
Oh,
I can't tell what I'm looking at.
I can see a bunch of
Yeah,
green
there's just
blobs.
like hands and tentacles
Oh,
and things. It looks a lot like the
yeah.
hunter, but more like octopusy and like.
does that look like how you drew it? I don't know.
You're gonna die, Dickie.
Dickie,
He's fine.
Dickie, predator at 5 o'clock, Dickie.
It looks like something designed specifically to trigger anyone who has trypophobia and arachnophobia all at once, and then also be body horror of like hands everywhere.
Try. Hang on, dog. There's a thing coming.
This looks like the advanced version of the hunter.
You heal for 6 and recover a stress,
Thank you.
and have advantage on all rolls for
God's sake, Dickie,
You'd be
look
better-
out.
No, you'd be better off talking to the dog.
1 minute.
Seriously.
I think I need both of you to make a panic check as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Now, hang
thinking
on,
to
I'm not
talk to
done
the
ripping a
dog.
harpoon
You
out of
can
him.
talk to the
That's
dog,
fine.
you know.
Would
I'm
you like me to
trying.
do panic now or wait until it's ripped out?
Wait till it's ripped out.
Okay.
I try to warn the dog. He'll listen. at
The
least.
dog
The dog's too scared, Dickie.
So, let's see. I ripped the harpoon out. Do I have to roll to remove it?
No, I think it's
Okay, 2d10 damage. 10.
Oh,
That rolled on its side.
yeah, nice.
14.
Alright, I took a wound.
To the wound stable.
Dickie, it's almost on you, Dickie.
Alright, now panic checks while you guys are doing that.
Alright.
What do I roll?
A 10, that's nice. So-
20.
Success.
Finally gets a chance to kill something. He ain't paying attention.
Oh, he's busy killing me.
So you roll a d20, you try to get under your stress? Or
You,
over?
if it's under, you do panic.
I got a
Can you
1.
get in?
Oh,
Oh, so you have an
Jesus
adrenaline
Christ.
rush, I believe.
Nice! I'm gonna fuck it up.
I think you lose a stress and you have advantage on everything for the next few minutes. So you seeing the stim pack go into Blake, you're like, yeah, that's the good shit. And like, it lights you up too, just like by.
I may have double dipped a little bit.
You have like a. Yeah. I like to think you just have like a. An almost like Pavlovian response to like seeing a stim pack
Yep.
just makes you get like, alright, yeah, let's go.
You can smell the amphetamine salts in the air.
Yeah. Neurons activated. You just- so you're rolling the wound, right? Did you already roll?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Do I roll it or do you roll it?
Your smart,
You're at
your
the
machine
fork,
gun's
I think.
smart
Okay.
linked, isn't
And
it?
that is definitely a bleeding wound, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Throat slit or heart pierced. Death save.
Uh-oh. That's the worst one.
And then
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Why is that the worst one?
Because you want to roll low in the system.
Yeah, but
What's
why
going on
not
there?
10?
I rolled a 9.
Well, it's 0 to the dice. Yeah, it's weird. There are when doing damage, it's 1 to 10,
Yep.
and then for like everything else, it's 0 to 9. Because you can roll a 0, which is great. Okay, so a death save. Wait, death save is it is a D10. Okay.
Does he get advantage because he has like advantage from the stim pack for 1 minute?
I'll allow it. So, you rip the thing out of him after hitting him with a stim pack, and then he stops breathing.
I scream I am mortal and then pass out.
Well, I assume he's good because I stimmed him, and then I'm going to start firing wildly.
There's
Okay.
a pink spray
What-
rising from my chest.
what
as
are
we
you
speak.
firing there, Dickie?
He's just excited.
Well, I mag booted to the wall, so I'm going to use the angular machine gun to shoot at the thing coming at us that gave me a
Okay.
panic check.
The amphetamines are pumping the blood ever faster with
Oh,
every
good,
beat
because
of
I was
it.
about to take it over with the smart link and start using it for you.
You peek the gun up around the top, and you don't see it.
That doesn't stop me.
You just start shooting, yeah. So you just start shooting around randomly.
It's a machine gun.
Capacitors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dickie,
Sparks are flying.
Dickie,
we
don't be
still see
shooting
the thing?
capacitors. That's bad.
Do we still see the thing on the camera?
Not after Dickie starts shooting capacitors, and there are sparks and bright lights and things everywhere.
Shooting capacitors
Is
is not a good idea, Dickie.
This
Is
is the glorious way to
He
go.
at least shooting where we last saw it.
He's just shooting where he expressed
No,
that
he
he's just
wouldn't.
not
He
sleeping.
wouldn't
Just-
listen to me, so he has no idea where the hell the damn thing was.
So you guys have lost sight of
Pornhub.
it. It's now hiding somewhere.
Well, it better
Good.
keep hiding after
It's
that.
probably hiding in my body.
Probably.
Hopefully, it knows better than to be near
You
those
have
types
several
of
new
surfaces
holes
in the
for it to
future.
burrow into.
So we're now in a combat round.
Yeah.
So everybody can take an action to figure out what they're doing here. One thing that involves a roll of the dice in
Okay.
some way, and we'll figure out what that means.
Well, we need to find where this thing went.
Blake is gonna lie there.
Okay,
Unconscious.
can you
I assume I can't bioscan from
can
this
you-
distance.
can you
You
boost?
can.
I can?
It's okay.
Okay.
Then yeah, I'm gonna try to use the bioscanner to tell where it is.
You detect 3 signs of life.
2.5, because one of them's him.
Yeah, one of them fading.
Maybe you should check real quick. Just take a peek.
Somebody has to go to the body and check.
I
It would be your action to check. You can do that though.
well, I'm not going to, but the dog will.
Okay, I'll give you dog an action. That's fair. Okay,
The
so the dog
dog-
checks.
Oh wait,
Cares.
the dog is a life form.
Okay.
So
the
am I-
dog, so
am I-
4 signs
okay.
of life. I forgot about the dog.
Can I try to
It's not a sign
modify
of life. It's a fuck you.
this camera setup to try and pick this thing up better?
Ooh, okay, yeah. Intellect roll sounds like.
You gonna do what?
I am going to try and modify this
The
camera
dog
system,
tries to
like
sniff at him
filter it,
despite being
Make it an
sad.
infrared camera?
so I can try
I
and
don't
see
think you
this
can
thing.
hack a camera into being an
Oh, I'm,
He's
infrared.
I'm not. I'm
rapidly
taking
bleeding
parts
out, but
and
not
trying to
yet
modify
dead.
it.
Alright.
If I crit fail, I'll probably lose the signal.
He has 4 rounds remaining until death. If he doesn't get killed in some way.
Well,
I
don't.
made it by 2.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so you focus in the cameras a little bit and apply a filter that filters out the bright light so you can see in higher contrast with other areas. And it's weird to look at, but it lets you pick out the discrepancies and the camouflage a little bit better. And you can see that it's snuck up right behind Dickie and it's slowly rising up between two of the capacitors.
It's behind you, Dickie. Right behind you.
Well,
You said you have 2 smart linked weapons, Dickie. What's the other one?
the shotgun.
I'm going to take over his shotgun.
Next
and-
round.
Yes,
You
but
can do
that's what I'm going to try and do.
that. What's that doing?
I can do that.
Fire my shotgun from my back.
If that's something he can do, that's something I can
Well,
do.
it's behind
I have
you,
a
so I'm
I have a
going
smart
to.
link to gun also.
I mean, I have
It's
several.
probably not pointed at anything useful, but it is there.
I have several smart links. I didn't realize that you could just take over
Oh,
anybody's
yeah,
gun.
can you guys take over somebody else's smart link?
Well, they're hackers.
Yeah,
So
I'm
let's say
pretty
if you
hacky.
If you take a hacking roll, I'd let you do it.
Okay, into
That's a good point.
hacking. Roll success.
Okay. So roll whichever gun is on your back.
The shotgun.
Alright, roll damage.
Gonna freak the dog right out.
$32.
That's pretty good. So it is reared up behind you and it's about to coil in with like multiple camouflage tentacles at once. And the shotgun just goes off in its face. And one of its many spidery heads just gets knocked clean off.
Nice.
And it like rears back and its tentacles like curl in and cover up the wound and try to and its camouflage is like flickering as it's failing to stay camouflaged in its new
It's learning a lesson
difficulty.
today.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can you see it now, Dickie?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Dickie's got a pretty good track record for shooting monsters specifically in the eye.
Since you can see it, and it's right up in front of you, even though you've severely hurt it, its just grotesque form is a fear save from being that close to it.
88. No.
Ooh, critical failure.
Wait,
So-
don't I have some kind of advantage because I'm
A wackadoo.
double dipped the stem?
Oh, you have advantage from the stim. Well, you have advantage from your adrenaline rush.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
35. That wins.
Okay, so you're fine then.
I think, yes.
You hold it together thanks to the space math.
Okay, so you hacked and fired
Famously
the
good when most
shotgun
people
then?
together.
Yes.
Fucking love adrenaline.
Yeah.
So,
I live for this
I
shit.
maintain
Yep.
control of the shotgun.
So I think you still have an action though.
Yeah, because he's linked to his machine gun. You're linked
Literally
directly to his
hanging from the
shotgun.
wall next to a laser, fighting a monster and saving a man with drugs. I have never been more hard.
This is more than this is Dicky's whole shit.
This is why I came back here.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
if she's got control of the shotgun, I'm going
You're
to just
fighting
kind
in
of
the
sweep
barrel
around
of
with
the
the camera to
giant
make
laser
sure
gun.
nothing else is coming.
Okay. Well, we're still in the first
Yeah.
round. We gotta hear what Dicky does, but yes, we'll come back to you on that.
Yeah.
It's a shame this thing has so many points of suction around it, because I really want to kick a bomb into its mouth and knock it into the laser.
You could try.
Oh, there's no way that works.
Yeah.
So I'm
my
gonna
part
shoot
said
it
it.
instead.
Okay. Murder.
Well, I have advantage.
True.
That's worse. Damn.
Back table's in here somewhere. I'm pretty
Dickie
sure
shoots
it's advantage
Blake.
for 10 minutes at least. Oh, here it is.
Again.
I don't have much more blood to lose.
2d10 minutes. 12. So yeah, the entirety of this combat.
So I spray, but I miss everything.
And actually reduce your stress by 1d5, not 1.
Nice.
I
At a minimum of 2, of course.
I got a 9.
So 5. Nice. So you wait, did you hit it with the shotgun?
I missed.
You missed. Okay. So it's squirming and panicking, and just as you pull up the shotgun, it just ducks behind a capacitor.
I was using my machine gun again, which was pointing this way, so just...
Yeah, it just ducks behind a capacitor. More sparks fly as you shoot more capacitors.
The dog's gonna stim him again.
Okay.
The dog has
It'll be fine.
easy access to my stim specifically.
Explodes from the stim
What does
pack.
it
Well-
back say like?
Thankfully,
Yes.
yeah, I have like a chance of just dying if I take it
So,
too.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's a hole in my heart, so it's not going to explode. It's just going to all vent out. Of
No,
the heart
that's
hole.
good. That's good.
It's you can put a band-aid over it.
stim pack.
Here we go.
I heal you for 3.
Thank you.
And kill you instantly.
Okay, so
2d10.
What's the 2d10?
Oh, nothing. I was trying to guess.
Oh, so you got healed for 3.
Uh huh.
And now roll 1d10.
Okay. So okay.
I think you gotta roll lower than 2.
Yes.
Roll well.
If you roll 2 or less on the 1d10, yeah, you overdose and take another.
I rolled 5.
5. Okay. So you get woken up by the second step. Yeah.
I'm invincible!
You're living today, boy!
I whip out my. I whip out the pulse rifle.
Okay.
What do I see?
Right now, nothing.
Okay, I fire.
sparks and
I just fire. I just start firing.
You add to the sparks and fire.
Yes.
This place. I think you guys with all of your explosions in here, all of your damage, you have started to like set off a chain reaction. This place is starting
Oh, good.
to just explode one by one.
Dickie, I told you not to shoot
High-
the capacitor.
my scream is high pitched and rising higher in pitch with every passing.
Hell yeah!
Sparks fly. You guys are almost going blind from like
Yeah.
the dazzling fire.
Monarchs
The
not
laser
like
flies by again.
I told him not to shoot the damn
All right,
capacitor.
we're now in a new round.
Okay.
What are people doing?
Well, I shoot it.
Oh, okay. Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Your dog checked on him last.
Yeah,
round.
me and him, we
Okay.
did a thing.
So your dog used your action for this round. Your dog used its action for this round to get Blake up, but Blake does get an action this round. So okay, everybody but the dog gets an action now in this new round.
Okay.
Okay, and then I shoot.
So well, you have to find it first.
I know.
I'm
I
just firing into
spray.
space.
Okay,
Also.
go for it. Yeah, you can do
In the
that.
general direction it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, I succeed at combat.
Yeah, I think you successfully damaged the world around you pretty significantly, but
I have now rolled 2 failures of combat for what it's worth in the last few seconds.
no. Rip.
That was a
Did you-
96.
Were you
Yeah,
able
when you guys are
to
just
I'm-
spraying
I'm
it,
working
they'll
on
use
it.
the
camera.
camera?
But it's just extra
Well,
stress.
You're in a sea of cover.
I mean,
it's hiding behind
you failed
some of
the
the
first
cover
time?
Yeah.
somewhere.
No,
I think you have
that's how I
advantage from
told him
stim
where it
pack.
was.
Oh.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I succeeded on trying to use the camera to
Okay, so you
examine
find
the
it
area.
again. It is directly across from Dickie, hiding like tucked underneath. It's like coiled its whole body up, like down underneath some of the.
Could Dickie shoot it if he
Okay,
was
is
if
there-
he saw
Yeah.
it?
Next round.
Dickie, turn around.
Well, you got the.
Well, it's if Dickie's on the wall, it's up.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm hoping we're
Is
at
it too
least
far
freaking
for?
it out.
Is it too far
Yeah,
for
can I
Duncan to shoot it with the shotgun?
Ooh, you might be able to. Yeah.
I'd do that. Now, do I have to
Because
roll?
Dickie's just spraying around him. The shotgun just angles itself up.
Do I have to roll another hacky thing, or have I already hacked it?
I'd let you roll hacking or combat.
Okay.
Should probably do hacking.
Probably.
Or you could roll combat or intellect and add your hacking to it. Is
So
what I
you're
should say.
definitely better off with your intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Success.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright. You shoot it.
Shoot it.
19.
Alright. Another big shot.
Noise.
As again, Dickie, you're spraying your gun everywhere, and you just feel the recoil of the gun against your back, just pushing you down.
And you're now deaf in that ear.
Yeah, absolutely.
As if we had any hearing left.
The dog has to dodge out of the way of the gun. It's like panicking.
It's
You
up
can't
there,
spell
Dickie.
dodge
I'm
without
doing a
dog.
lot of damage considering I'm not even there.
Well, no, but you can at least see it on the screen.
Alright.
He is there, and he's just killing our friend.
It successfully hides from you again. New round.
New round.
Find it for me. Wanton destruction.
Why are you destroying wontons?
Critical success.
'Cause I'm
Oh,
finding
okay.
failure.
This time you find out that it is like just barely sneaking up next to Dickie, like maybe 10 feet away from him off behind one of the things, and it's like starting to sneak towards him. It appears that it is now desperately trying to take Dickie out rather than trying to hide him, so it's easier for you to see it.
There's nowhere for it to go. Everything's on fire.
I'm going to communicate that to Dickie there.
Violence. I hit.
Alright, machine gun.
Probably.
He shoots it, turns around so that his ass can shoot it. Does he have any idea why his backside is shooting?
Nope.
No.
Does he care?
25.
Does he just assume
Yeah.
his gun is...
Pretty good.
Pretty sure the
Sentience.
dog's doing it.
Are you,
No.
are you going to shoot it?
Yes.
And I did
as long
more
as I can.
wanton shooting and failed.
Did you with advantage?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't do it well that time.
No, you failed.
Okay.
I had a pretty good...
Well, that's
So
because
this
he
time-
spun around and actually shot.
This time it does take a lot of damage, but it's desperate now. Because Dickie attacked it and didn't dodge or anything, and it is desperate. It's still going to attack you back. It's just going to take the bullets and coil its tentacles around you.
Daisy.
That is 25 points of damage.
I should have waited till it
As its
grabbed him.
tentacles just wrap around you, and like you shoot one of the tentacles off with your gun as it goes, and like another one of its sections of its head gets blown off.
I take a wound.
And it just wraps around you and starts to crush
He
and
takes
constrict.
eyes.
Now, is it hurting the dog too, or just Dickie?
I think it'll hurt the dog too. It's trying to constrict you all. Unless the dog wants to take its action, it's turn to just.
Oh yeah, the dog is not going to take a hit for me.
Yeah, so the dog will just get the fuck out.
Does the dog have mag boots?
Yeah, no. But it's fine. It can just
But-
scamper onto one of the capacitors that isn't currently sparking.
I think this will be blunt force as the wound. Oh, you got the best one.
Nice.
The best blunt force.
Yeah, so apparently it doesn't constrict you at all. It takes these tentacles and just slams you down into the floor. So you get a
Into what floor?
well, into
The
the
wall.
wall. I
Oh,
guess,
okay.
and mag boots and stuff.
We're in space.
Ah,
So actually, I think the effect of this wound here is you don't actually increase your wounds. You're fine there. But it's going to send you into peril instead. Is it's going to knock you off the wall into the path of the laser. Can you make me a body save?
poor Dickie.
I got a 5.
That's a success. So you get knocked out of the way, and like the laser's charging up beneath you. We see looking down the tube, the laser charging up beneath you, and you're tumbling down into the place, and you just acrobatically dart yourself out of the way. The laser passes in front of you as it fires, and then you hit some capacitors way down the way.
I'm gonna grab onto a capacitor with one hand with like crunching grip.
Sparks go flying everywhere.
In basic must be intense.
Nah, Dickie's just fucked up.
So now this thing is there with Blake.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bye, Blake.
Bye.
I still don't. Well, I have eyes on Blake. I just can't see through Blake's HUD anymore.
New round.
I shoot it.
Yeah, you're. Boy, you're gonna have to run out.
Can he still see it?
I mean, it's
Because he's
It didn't
fallen
take its
across
action
the
to hide
way.
this time, so it's still there. Just haven't knocked
Okay.
Dickie away. So
The dog is there. The other guy is there.
I'm gonna give you disadvantage on this one, just canceling out the advantage, just for holding on to one hand and like trying to aim with
I
them.
forgot I had advantage.
So just flat roll.
19. I'm gonna kick its ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
I succeeded at shooting it with his shotgun.
Like the shotgun has like little legs and crawls up and he's shooting with his shoulder like a Borderlands gun and shoots.
We're in
32.
No danger.
30. That's excellent.
Well, it's not that we're in no danger. Just nothing's
I'm
bothering.
gonna drop my pulse rifle, letting it tumble down the shaft, whipping out my vibe shetty and screaming about how I'm an immortal space god, and I'm going to vibe shetty the monster.
Okay.
Another 34 from the shotgun.
Good
So
grief.
it
For a
gets
total
riddled
of
with bullets.
66.
And
Holy
then
shit.
Blake rushes in, and what are you doing?
I am.
You give
Slipping
it
and
several
fall.
more wounds with that turn.
He's going to slip and fall to his death now.
Probably.
I needed a 51 and I got a 49.
Ooh, okay. So you got in there, and as this thing is getting absolutely riddled with bullets in front of you, as soon as the gunfire stops, Blake rushes in with the vibe shetty and just stabs up through it.
That's 23 damage.
Nice, okay. You cut off several more of its tentacles, and it's having trouble even holding onto the wall at this point. It's going to try and hide again.
This motherfucker's still alive.
Yes.
That's terrifying.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
It successfully hides. You're right in front of Blake's eyes. It just like
Watch where all the blood is falling.
turns transparent.
Find it for me.
At this point, with the several rounds of you guys setting off a chain reaction in here, before you guys even take actions this round, I'd like you both to make body saves.
Oh boy.
I'm
gonna
gonna
end
have
up like-
advantage because a 99 isn't
Ooh, that would be a fumble.
success.
Nice.
Failure.
Uh-oh.
I told you he's fallen to his death.
He's going out like a hero.
Well, he is.
Blake is going to take 13 points of just electrocution and fire damage.
Okay.
Well, that could be worse.
It could be. Thank God he's stim packed.
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are.
Since you recovered from that wound, other than you
can't kill me.
It's space math. Okay. So you're fine.
Yeah.
New round. What are you doing?
I mean, does
swinging
it
wildly.
take electric damage?
No, it like thrives in this environment.
Swinging wildly
That's
around
what
with
it
the vibe
thinks.
shetty.
That's what it thinks. Yeah. You guys are the invasive species here. Okay, it's swinging around wildly. Excellent.
Can you
No,
see it?
I succeeded on looking for it.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
just a
you find
regular
it.
success.
At this point, it's attempting to flee. It's heading up into the cooler.
Shoot.
You find it.
Shoot.
So it's,
Shoot.
it's like
The shotgun's empty.
Oh crap. Okay,
You
well,
pull-
never mind then.
Dickie in the chaos just hears like click, click, click. It says, "It's empty, Thomas."
To the dog.
Okay.
Dog isn't there anymore, not paying
I mean,
attention.
I'm going to try and explain to Dickie where it is, but I doubt he can see it with all the freaking chaos going on.
Yeah, it like has successfully gotten up to the door and it's heading into the cooler room.
I mean, a door is a very small place for it to wedge itself into.
Sure.
And I'm here to kill.
Kind of collapse itself in the slither.
You are here to kill, after all.
So I'm gonna pulse rifle the motherfucker.
All right, go for it.
000.
Oh, that's a crit.
Nice.
What does that do for me?
Double damage. Or max damage. There was a blurb about this somewhere. We'll say double damage for now, just keep it quick.
Well, that would be 38.
Okay, that's pretty good. So as it slithers up into that door and gets like its few remaining tentacles up against the door, it just kind of slumps there for a second, pulling itself into the coolant room. You hear a voice come through the side. Oh, hi, Dweller! It's been a long time since
Oh
you... And it just gets rid of the bullets and then falls into the laser gets fried by the laser on the way as it just kind of tumbles in slow motion down in the pit. Gets fried by the laser. And you guys are still in a pit full of explosions.
I told you we'd fucking kill it.
It's dead, Pete!
It's swimming down! You hear a...
I'll be joining you soon, Pete!
I'd ask for lowered stress for that, but I have minimum because I'm rocking it.
Yeah, you got that adrenaline.
I'm having a
A
great
little
time.
sample of the stim pack.
With any effort, I'm going to go get my dog.
Okay, so yeah, this will be another. We're still in combat rounds here to see how long it takes you guys to get up out of the exploding chain reaction. What do? You're going to get your dog.
Gotta go
Body
get the
save. You're just trying to get out. You going
yeah.
crazy slashing things?
I'm gonna march up the wall.
Okay.
I definitely have enough intact muscle mass to do that.
Body save.
Damn, I failed.
Okay.
I rolled a
Robot
2.
arm's not gonna
You
come
don't manage to
popping
get
through,
out.
is it?
Success.
I'm just
No,
trying to get
I'm
the
not,
dog.
I'm not looking at the robot army at the
So
moment.
you try to get to the dog. You just don't manage to get to him in time. Both you and the dog are going to take 16 points of damage.
Yeesh.
Blake makes it out.
I'm gonna join Pete for a swim.
Oh no! You head towards one of the tanks.
Yes.
You see him head towards the tank.
You're gonna get.
I am just pulling everything off me as I'm preparing to go swim.
I take a wound,
Okay.
and the dog loses his armor and takes 3 damage.
Ooh. Okay. Arf.
You okay, Dickie? Can't see the dog now either.
It's ignoring him, I'm busy. I gain a stress for the dog taking damage.
Oh.
The robot army didn't move, did they?
I mean, nope. I mean, they're always moving, they're patrolling, but nothing changed.
So what's my wound?
We're heroes.
The nerds did
We
nerd
did it,
things.
Patrick. We saved the city.
Nerds did nerd things.
This was
Army guy did
something
army things, and Blake
Almost died.
This is fire
almost died.
explosives.
Like, did what Taylor does.
You're so lucky.
We all have our
1d5
role.
stress and no wound added to your wound list.
I love this shit.
So, the
Too
majority,
stress.
The majority of Dickie's... Was Dickie bald? Did Dickie have hair? Dickie is now bald, either way. As most of your hair gets...
Dickie had the shaved cut that was not at all mandatory in the military, but did it anyway.
So now you got the shaved cut, but now it's like the hair is very clearly burnt and like patchy and stuff like that. And as fire kind of erupts up over your head through a hole in your helmet that you now have. But you're otherwise fine.
Hell yeah.
Like, whoa, that'll clear out the sinuses.
I get my damn dog.
go
Get your
Dickie.
dog and another body save to get out.
Go Dickie.
6.
That was a success.
Huzzah.
Get the dog. Are you headed out to their side or to Blake's?
Up at the railings, just
a
dog.
armored hand that's like smoldering and burnt, and then a dog that like, is a little bit
So
singed.
which side are you on? The coolant side or our side of things?
Your side. Fuck the cool. I need to talk to that guy.
Come on in, the nectar's fine.
So Blake, he's pulled off every stitch of clothing. He jumps high in the air and he's just like spread eagled in the air as he like
Yeah.
belly flops
All right, bye.
flat down into the coolant.
Goodbye, Blake.
Why?
Because this is how Blake dies.
This is how Blake dies.
So now we've lost
Like that as he
contact
lives.
with Dickie and the dog, and so we're
Excellent.
effectively blind at this point. We can
Man,
hang out.
is there everything I did to save you?
You didn't. You bought some extra DPS, is what you bought,
Why would
and I
you-
appreciate that.
Why would you do that?
I have a literal hole in my heart. I am only alive because
You're
of space
fine.
meth.
It's more room for the nectar.
That more
It's more my. I have no blood in my veins. The nectar must
The
replace
space
my
cancer
blood.
will fill in the gaps. Somehow.
Exactly.
I think you were off of the dying X turns after you got stinged.
Let's see here.
Dead.
Rolled remarkably low damage.
You're just gonna get your flesh burnt off. just
31
like me.
damage.
Okay.
Only 31.
Jump change.
That's probably too many wounds there, Woundy.
That fills my second wound.
Yeah,
Dead.
so Blake jumps into the pit. Just, I think you guys see on the camera Blake screaming as he jumps into the water and just silence. You do not see motion in the water.
Blood.
You do not see, blood starts to flow up into the blue. That's the only sign of Blake's out there.
He died doing what he loved. Swimming in coolant.
Yay.
Yeah, the space madness.
I think those of you who are on the cameras and witnessed that, probably a fear save. Or sanity save. I don't know. It's probably more fear than sanity.
I don't know. Witnessing that amount of joy has to be inspiring.
No,
You know
just
what?
weird.
You are insane, I'll allow it. You have to roll a fear save.
I've got a tear in my eye. I'm like, that was beautiful.
He finally understands the
Oh, I
universe.
failed that.
Okay, just one stress.
It's the first stress I've taken all session.
Wow, that's crazy. You're the guy in the chair. You're just chilling out the couch. It's fine.
I'm just watching all the crazy.
You guys hear from the other room.
Just the laughter.
Fred? Fred?
A single bubble rises to the surface.
Blake?
Bloop.
Where'd you
Blue?
go, Blake?
He'll be with you forever.
Forever?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna get dragged.
Yeah, he's gonna sip me soon.
You will be a part of him.
So,
Forever.
I'm going to needlessly kick in the door, even though it's like a sliding door,
Yep.
to where they are, reloading my guns.
I like to think that you try to kick in the door.
Bang!
You're sliding.
Yeah.
You're just kidding. Oh, sorry. I meant to kick under it. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. I kick under the table. The door, you just clang against the door, and the door rises up normally.
It wasn't locked, Dickie.
It couldn't kill me.
He dove into the pool and didn't
There was
ever
no
come
diving
back up.
involved. That was a belly flop.
Plenty of people don't come back from combat situations.
Yeah. No, he dove right into that coolant.
So he's cooled off now.
I just put a lot of
Sure.
space meth
Probably.
into the coolant
Oh, well,
that
that's
Pete's gonna
true.
drink.
boom, boom, boom. Hello, agents. We need to talk. And that's where we're gonna leave it this week.
Incredible.
Have we just destroyed the whole space station?
Listen,
Well,
We caused a non-negligent amount of damage to the space station.
Something like that.
Careful, Brad.
Thank you very much, Jordan. That was
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes.